Okay, this is a do-over, y'all, because I didn't realize I had the darn mute button on. So I'm just a talking and talking. Hello, it's me again. It's Renee Cage Watson, CEO of Empowered by Courage Coaching. And I am here on this Wellness Wednesday. How y'all doing? I'm like, wait a minute. I look down. I'm like, oh, damn. So, technology is just like, one of those things. You just got to just smile and laugh at it and all of that. But again, my name is Renee Cage Watson. I am a lifestyle architect and I help women find their purpose, live in their passion, construct the power within themselves to find the power to stand in their success while they are developing and designing the balance that they want in their lives. And this week, we've been talking all about confidence, self-confidence, right? And raise your hand if you have ever doubted yourself. Am I the only one up in the house? Raise your hand because I believe that we have all had some self-doubt in our lives, right? And you know, self-doubt is one of those things, or lack of self-confidence is one of those things that can ebb and flow like in our lives, right? And the strength of our confidence really is based on, really how you think about yourself, how you feel about yourself, right? Because that's going to impact how you behave. And it's going to really kind of impact how people perceive you too, in a sense. Yeah, it's not always about like how people are seeing you. I'm more about how you really feel about yourself. Because oftentimes how we feel about ourselves is how we're mirroring how people are responding or saying to us and all of that. And sometimes that shit is faulty, right? Like a lot of this stuff, it breeds from our childhood, things of messages and all of that we it was told, or how we was treated, or in all of that, right? Or things that may have happened in your adulthood, and it starts reinforcing things for you. Now, I know for me, when I'm having dips, because I have them, I do. I have dips, even as a confident boss lady, degrees, I too have like imposter syndrome, have self doubt, and be like, we all can have those feelings, but I know that I have some tools. I have tools now that I have implemented in my toolbox and in my life. And I so wish I knew some of these things. You say to yourself, what would you tell your younger self, right? It would be some of these things I would tell myself about my self-confidence, just like really, number one, you know, um, I think so. These are like really helping you, like for your own self mastery. Like who's in charge? It's like no one can be a puppet master of you. You are in charge of how you show up. You're in charge of your response. You're in charge. You're in charge. You are in charge, right? Now, not to say that we can't be reactive, but at the end of the day, you're in charge. And your self-confidence is, the strength of it is like you can kind of test it and see like how do you respond when people give you critical feedback? How do you respond when things don't happen the way you want them to happen? How do you respond when your performance is bad, quote unquote bad, or how do you respond? How do you show up, right? Do you make excuses? You pout, how do you respond? So building your self-confidence, I'm gonna give you 10. I think I wrote down 10. 10. 10 things. Now, number one, journaling. When I'm feeling like going down in a dip and just like feeling stuck, because I feel stuck sometimes. When I'm feeling stuck, I go back to my journaling. I most of the time keep journaling as a regular regimen of mine, but sometimes I fall off. But when I do fall off and I go back to it, it resets me. It like, because sometimes you got all these things going around in your head, you're pinging around, ping, 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 ruminating on shit, right? Having conversations, should have said this, blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna do that. Oh, right? Write that shit out. That's what I do. Write it out. Write what you're feeling out so you can like kind of make sense of it. Look at it like, oh, okay. You know, it I like journaling also because it for a few reasons. It's like to get it all out, right? Because you can't just the stuff just is like living up in there. Just get it out. Number two, it's reflective because it's like you can kind of go back in the pages and be like, oh, I was tripping off that, or I was worried about this, or this was a concern, or this was I was excited about it. And then you can be like, things oftentimes that we feel are so big or we can't do or was a concern. Then you look like, oh, okay. I ain't even tripping off that no more. Or it's not even a concern no more. It's not, or I found a solution for that, right? Or it's not okay. It's like it's all right. Or this one, I'm writing the same damn thing over and over. I'm keep writing. I'm like I ain't learned a lesson, right? Well, where's this shit keep coming up, right? So journaling is good for that, right? Number two, I think and it again, it helps you, like I said, just get it out, give you space and permission to give voice to what's going on for you, right? Number two, a mantra. A mantra, a quote, something positive, something that's going to feed you, it's going to build you up. Because again, we are given all of these different verbal messages and things, and people are saying things to us, and we are hearing things, and all of that. We are being programmed, right? From childhood on up, you know, the society, the internet, the music, all of that, you know, the arts, we are hearing it through language, right? So why don't you create and pick your own line, saying that you want, a mantra, something that you can feel inspired by, feel encouraged by, feel like uh, a badass, right? Dun, 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 whatever. Because sometimes, like, we can have these thoughts, and they start spiraling, and and what I do sometimes, I just say, "Stop it." I will verbalize and say it out loud because I can hear myself, and then I hear, okay, I hear the cue to say, "Stop it." So that is also something that I do, right? Because it just kind of gives you, you know, helps with your own awareness. Um, Number three, who do you have around you? What are you consuming? Who is in your environment? Who is in your network? Who? Like it's like we're like plants. What is your environment? What soil are you in? Who, what is, are you being watered? With what? Right? With sun? With what information? With who? What are you consuming? Who are you listening to? Who are you talking to? That matters, right? Okay, another one. And you can listen to different like podcasts you can listening to Powerful and Mindful Living with Coach Renee every Wednesday. Um, different media. Like, what are you audibles? What are you reading? What are you consuming? It's just like food. So this is another one that I can always say that is a quick, easy, um, I would say, an superficial in one sense, but it's not, because we, hey, dressing up, because that's dressing up, just like putting on something to make you feel good. I'm gonna tell you something. When COVID, it's like, didn't want to get out of bed, didn't really want to dress, all of this, Zooming and all of that. And then I found and met some kind of way on the internet, met Sassy Jones, and I was so excited to get dressed every day, to put on me some sassy, 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 sassy. Okay. So, yeah, it may be superficial, but it's an outward thing. But oftentimes, if we put on some makeup or put on some of our cutest little heels or grab your cute bag or whatever, maybe you go get your nails done. I don't know. For me, it's the Sassy Jones. Okay, for me, it's the Sassy Jones. So dress to feel good. Another tip for building your self-confidence, sometimes we right in the moment, we may have some doubts or some worries or having to do something, maybe you have to like give a presentation or something like that. Deep breathing. We will reset your body. Deep breathing. Deep breathing. Breathe it in, blow it out. Breathe it in, blow it out. Because your body, this is I call it the control alternate delete button, right? It resets you. Your body can't be in a heightened state at the same time when you deep breathe, right? Deep breathe. Yes, deep breathe. Take a deep breath. So sometimes people like to breathe it in. That's my yoga blowout, right? Some people like to blow it out like they're blowing a candle. Some blow it out through their nose. Whatever works for you. But a deep breath, 10 of them, 20 of them, as many as you can take. Do it several times a day. It resets you. After you do it, you feel good. Dun, dun, dun. You feel good. You feel good. You feel good. Let me see. My next one, because I love music, is get you a playlist, some music, and just have you a jam it on out session, whatever songs. Like I'm an old school hip hop head, so I put in some of my old school West Coast, some East Coast too, put some of that in there. Then I got my little, I got my Mary J's and my Beyonce's and my Jill Scott's in there, my powerful women music. And I just rock it on out. So get you a playlist, your self-confidence playlist, or your own curated playlist, and play, because music really does impact your mood. I mean, have you ever like put on some music and it really puts you in a mood? Like sometimes I want to feel all in love, so I got a little in love playlist. Sometimes I want to feel like I want to work out, so I got my workout playlist. Sometimes I want to feel gangsta hip hop, so I got my gangsta hip hop old school. Sometimes I want to feel old school R&B ish, so I have all these different moods that I want to be in. I got my music, right? So music, music, music. Another way for your self-confidence, you want to know a good self-confidence boost? Do something hard. Just do it. Do something hard. Push yourself. Take a risk. Try. Push it. Push it. Push yourself to do something hard, because often what's standing in between you and doing something hard is the false evidence appearing real. The fear, right? It's something fear like, oh, I'm going to fail. Okay. Like, what is it about failing? Like, we have this aversion to failing or falling down. Like, is you learn from it. You fall, you pick yourself up, you figure it out, you look at it, you reassess. It's all good. Okay. So keep in mind, it's a failure is a win. Okay. There's no losses in a fail. So just try some. Just try it. It ain't gonna kill you. And remember to say, if it don't kill you, make you stronger. Shit's real. Okay. I like this other exercise. This is another exercise. It's kind of like It's called the mirror exercise. So you get in the mirror. I already kind of talked about like the affirmations and the mantras and all of that. But you get in the mirror and you say your name. Say my name, say my name. You say your name. I'm not going to sing to you. You say your name in the mirror. And then you appreciate yourself. You then you say the things that you appreciate about yourself to you. You say the things that you've accomplished, the risks that you've taken, the discipline that you are sticking with, the temptations you have um, avoided. You appreciate yourself. You speak out to yourself. And then at the end of that, you say, I love you. You love on yourself, right? And then you just soak it all up. Soak it all up. And another cute, funny one. Sometimes I just like need a quick one. I get in a mirror and I stand like a superwoman. And I always say take the cape off. We ain't superwoman because that should kill you. But sometimes you just gotta just like dum dum dum. You just gotta stand in your stance. Now maybe you got a different stance, but sometimes you just gotta just like stand in your superhero stance, right? And here's another one. Exercise. Do some type of moving your body. I don't know about you. I'm almost hitting 50. I have to keep moving because they say if you don't move, you lose it, right? It's just like eh, I'm not trying to, get stiff, and I'm already a little stiff. And just I was in a car accident last week, and I can't do my rowing. I'm so bummed. I digress. I'm so bummed I can't continue doing my rowing because we was rear-ended last week. So my neck and my back is like toe back. But you know, I'll be ready for the fall because we have good fall weather out here. So you just have to do something that builds you up every day. Every day, every day, every day. It's not selfish. It's purposeful. You have to do something because when you keep in your mind that you have a growth mindset, right? We have the capacity, our brains have the capacity to learn new things, new skills, new languages. I mean, we just have our brain is just this sponge. So, what you put in it is what will grow and bake. Like one of this coach that I had worked with, she had said, like our brains is it's like an oven. You put an apple pie in there, and then you put the apple pie will bake. Put a lemon pie in there. So what you put in yourself, what you feed in yourself will expand. What you focus on expands. So think about that. Think about that you have the ability to create your own narrative, your own story. You can't undo what happened. You can't undo what happened. You only can be right here in the moment. You can't even really control so much the future. You can only have gratitude at the right now and in the moment. Just everything is about just your gratitude. Gratitude. Gratitude for yourself and your abilities, right? Because you have the ability. You got to get rid of the doubt, the false narrative, get rid of it. And sometimes, there's lots of things that's out there to help us. There's thousands of books out there, thousands of books. And so we have the information, the knowledge there, but we still sometimes don't just it doesn't move the needle. Sometimes you got to work with somebody. Sometimes you got to work with someone to get some accountability. You know, it just is. When I need to kind of move myself along, I as a coach, I have a coach. As a therapist, I have a therapist. It's just like you need help. We need help. We need help. Okay. And if you want help, I can help. Now, I have a freebie for you. It's called Three Time Management Hacks That Really Work. Because everything is about us managing our time, right? Time is a commodity, it's a resource. How you use it matters. Do you want 10 extra hours a week? I bet you do. I bet you do. I bet you do. I bet you do. Well, I have three hacks. You implement these three hacks, you will have more time because you will be strategic and intentional and purposeful about your time. So I'll put the link in for you to get that freebie. And if you also are having concerns about like, I'm always putting stuff off. I'm always putting stuff off. It's not even about the time management. You're a procrastinator. Okay. Do you want to know what type of procrastinator you are? Well, I have a workbook for you. If you want to know what type of procrastinator you are and you want to know how to eradicate it, to get over it, and to get in action, then I got you. I got a workbook for you. It's a workbook that you will always have a portal, online portal, workbook, videos coaching you right along to figure out what type of procrastinator you are, to getting in plan, to get rid of those procrastinating habits, because that's what it is a habits, right? Getting rid of that and getting in action. All right. So if you really want to just get there, then I got that workbook for you as well. Or if you want to just like really just like forget the workbooks. I know there's like a 50 million workbooks out there and downloads. That stuff don't work. I got 50 million workbooks. I got 50 million downloads. I need to work with somebody. Then let's get on a call. You can click the link and get onto my calendar and see an appointment available. I don't have many slots available, so if you see one, grab it. Okay. All right. So your self-confidence, it all starts with uncovering those subconscious beliefs, getting rid of stuff that's under there. And sometimes we just need a little extra boost because, we fall, we go through our dips, we may have something knock us down, but just go, come on, just got to get back up, get on back up. All right. Get on back up. All right. So I will see you. I will see you next week. You continue to look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself you appreciate yourself for all that you do. The good, the bad, the ugly, the flaws, the imperfections, all of it. Appreciate yourself. Tell yourself you love yourself. Okay. Because self love is the best love. See you next week. Bye.